Wow. It's almost as if we were at the dentist with Rico right there.
I hate you guys so much.
Gives a whole new meaning to Mr. Suction. All right, let's get to it. We have so much to talk about. And, excuse me, we're at Saratoga, and I'd like to apologize. Listen, I should be there. But actually, that's a perfect segue. So I want to explain something. Because, first of all, it doesn't matter what sport you love. Everyone, I want you to gather around. Grandpa's going to tell you a story. But I woke up today, and it is a beautiful day. Life is great. But there was a little bit of sadness that I declined going to the Belmont Stakes this year based on it's historical. They're doing a $500 million renovation to Belmont Park. So Saratoga gets the honor of taking the 4-day racing festival. And for the first time ever, they're opening the track early for 4 days and they'll shut it back down. Now, whether you are a fan of something like this or F1 or the standard core 4 professional sports of baseball, basketball, football, hockey, maybe college scratches you where you itch. I want to know if you're feeling as disconnected from your sport of true passion as I am. And what I mean by that is this. It's not that I couldn't go this weekend. I have the PTO, and it's not some stupid MTV Cribs flex. I can afford to go. But you reach a price point that even if you can, you go, wait a minute. No, I'm not going to be taken advantage of this way. This is absurd. So without getting into the granular details, I can just tell you what they did at Saratoga for this. They bled you dry. You had to buy all 4 days. Well, I don't want to go to all 4 days. I mean, I'd go for Friday and Saturday and fly home Sunday.
So you had to buy the group package.
The whole deal.
Okay.
They were 10xing the prices of certain areas of the track, etc. And again, this is not a horse racing topic. I'm making a point to you. Whether you can afford it or not, being priced out of something, it renders your personal finances moot because even if you have the money, you're not going to spend it. You know, Rico's made some jokes about the NBA Finals tonight. I just cannot justify the cost of those tickets based on I'll just watch it on my couch. You know, being in the upper deck at a basketball game, especially in a place like TD Bank in Boston, It's not a good seat. So on the day the Tigers are announcing premium seating, a.k.a. you're never sitting there with your family.com, I wanted to know if you feel like me, that you're disconnected. Look, the Lions last year, that was historic. And I do believe some people went into debt to go to that game, or games plural, okay? What did they do in the midst of it? They raised ticket prices. It's going to be even more expensive this year. They're going to squeeze you a little tighter. And if the Lions make another playoff run, those playoff tickets will be even more expensive. I want to know if you've hit a point where you love your team, but you know you're just not going to be able to go see them play. And please, I'm not, there's no smarm. This is a very sincere topic. This also is not plastic Barbie violin. But like Rico and I had the conversation about a month ago. Why aren't you doing the Derby? Because the prices are stupid. I'm just not doing it. And look, they sold out. Saratoga was sold out in 10 minutes for this event. Right. People are paying it. I just don't know who they are.
No, Mike, what happens is like these events become the really rich versus just the average fan. And look at the evolution of the Super Bowl, where now average person can't afford to go to the Super Bowl at all. The most you could do is you can go to a party, you can go hang out, and you can enjoy all the festivities, but actually get a ticket to the game, unless you happen to win one in some type of a lottery or sweepstakes, you can't go.
Right.
And I think for a lot, like I do wonder this year, will Lions fans be able to take over the stadiums the way that they took over last year? Because last year it was an anomaly. They were never that good. You saw them everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So maybe
that's going to start getting more and more expensive now.
And let me do this, just to make sure it's open to everybody, no matter what sport you love. Let's open it up to concerts. What happened to concert tickets?
brother.
When did that become? I mean, I know somebody who U2 is their favorite band. They're a few years older than me. And look, music is selective. It's subjective. But they were playing at the, what is it called? Not the Stratosphere. The thing in the Sphere. I almost called it the Orb. The Sphere. I mean, you're talking $2,000 a ticket. Like, do you feel disconnected from live events? 248-539-9797. And make no mistake about it, there is going to be now between the on-deck circles seats that 90% of people are never going to sit in at Comerica Park. More on that at 4. But, I mean, David, you've got a couple of kids. Do you feel disconnected from live events?
Yes, I do a lot. I try to take them to maybe one game a year. But I remember when I was a kid, there was multiple games my parents would take me to because the price was just so much better.
And David,
I can do one game
if
I try.
Here's the worst part about it is that let's just say that ticket that cost you $50 after all the different fees, you're now paying $85 for the $50 ticket because everybody else had their hand in there and got their cut.
All up in that cookie jar.
So that's why it makes it even more difficult. And you have to decide, okay, is it really worth paying this? And all right, we can only do one game, so let's pick that game to go to. But yes, slowly but surely, like the NBA Finals, Mike, I remember when the Pistons were there and they were going on their playoff run, and I took my nephew to a game. Man, that was back then. I can only imagine what an upper deck ticket would be priced at now.
Yeah.
Whereas because I just wanted him to have that experience of like, okay, this is a playoff game. This is what it feels like. I want you to remember this. Yeah, now when you're getting up to $650, $700, $800 for a ticket in in the upper deck, it's not meant for the average fan. And I think every organization's okay with that because, yeah, if you can afford it, sure, come on. But if not, but watch it on TV.
So let's speak to the people who can afford it. I think there's a movement now, at least among me and some of my friends, or whether it's people I know in horse racing or people who like concerts, more people are starting to wake up and go, yeah, I'm just not spending that. I mean, there has to be an ROI that makes sense to it. And just because you can, it doesn't mean you do. Rico, I mean, look, I was telling you off the air some of the prices to go to the Belmont Stakes this weekend, and I'm just like, guys, I've been to this event like 7 times in my life. I've been very lucky to do so. You're not going to charge me 10x. The answer is no. Like, it's insane. I mean, like, if you're a fan who goes to a lot of events or you got a ticket rep you're friendly with, I told my guy. He knew the answer before he told me.
Mike, I just need to make this phone call, and there's Mike.
And I'll see you in July. And I can't say what I told him afterwards. I have a very friendly relationship with him. It's 15 years. I told him where he could put the tickets.
Never mind.
Yeah, we don't need an 248-539-9797. I mean, have we just hit a point where it's theater of the absurd to go to an event? And think about the Detroit Tigers, a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in a decade. They won't put any money on the field, but they're putting it in a scoreboard, and now today they make an announcement about a home plate club. Lord knows what those are going to cost.
But see, I think that maybe that's it, and maybe that's why certain people will pay to see a concert because you know what the show is going to be, even though it's overly priced. If you know you're going to go see a good product on the field, like Lions fans last year knew, I'm going to be entertained. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, and the kids, I'm cutting into the kids' Christmas money, but I want to watch this because it's going to be entertaining going up against, you know what, this is a bad product, and now you're asking me to pay top dollar to watch a bad product.
See, but you're right. It's everything. It's not just even sporting events, it's concerts, it's family vacations as well. I went to Disney last year, took my entire family.
Mistake number one.
Took me years to make the decision because I wanted them to remember it and love it because of the pricing. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe what I was paying. But it was we value the experience over the price.
See, David, you should have took them when they were really young to just one of those street carnivals, put Mickey Mouse ears on them, took a lot of photos, and be like, yeah, remember when I took you to Disney World? They won't remember.
Yeah. And David, look, what you said there, let me be very clear about it. The life is experiences. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, You have to do some certain things, and sometimes you got to stretch to do it, or whatever position in life you're in. I don't begrudge people doing things that you're going to remember forever, and what you did for your kids and your family, it's commendable. It can be both. It can be something where you go, wait a second, this isn't adding up.
Correct.
And, for me, look, horse racing's a very niche thing. Yet I call it greedflation. I don't think it's inflation. It's greedflation. It's hit horse racing in a big way where, I canceled a trip because, I'm just not giving you the money. I mean, I paid X for the tickets last year. Now you want X plus 200%? What's different? Does that guarantee a winning pick 5? Do I get a free pair of shoes with these? So you just start making decisions for yourself where you go, I'm not going to be taken advantage of. I'm willing to pay you what I deem to be a more than fair rate, a premium rate, if you will. Yeah. But think about college football. This is a perfect example. And please, Rico, I'm not attacking. I just work with me. Michigan State right now is a low to mid-tier Big Ten program. Is that okay to say? For them to have a face value on their tickets with seat licenses and a face value of $180 a ticket, that is a disgrace.
But have you seen the premium seats? I get you.
It's a disgrace.
Right.
The stadium's a piece of crap. It needs a complete $250 million renovation. Please, rip the gas station out. Let's get a real green space. But put something there. The point I'm making is it's everywhere. Yes. It's not even if you're a Lions fan and we're hot. Dude, my team blows, and they're still burying people. So let's have a conversation about it.